speaking of City,
Yeah.
Gvardiol looks, according to reports coming out of Germany, he will soon become. They've said he will soon become Leipzig's record departure when he joins City. And you're looking for another midfielder additional to Kovacic, of course, because you got blown out the water for Declan Rice and smashed up by Arsenal. So, so yeah, look, Gvardiol coming in. Excited about that deal?
Well, yeah, I think he's what we need. I think we do need that left-sided centre-back stroke full-back. I think we are going down that the route now with the 4 centre-backs. I don't think the traditional full-back bombing down the wings, overlapping, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, yeah, I've watched him play. I think when we played him in Leipzig, I think he was outstanding. When we played him at the Etihad, he got 8 for 7. Ireland scored 5. So it's pretty hard to judge on that. But he's young, he's up and coming, he's aggressive. And I think I think Pep Guardiola get a nice tune out of him. I think if he goes into the defence with Diaz, and maybe you've got a lot of options. Then you've got Ake, you've got Diaz, you've got Akanji, you've got Stones. Do you know what I mean? So we're not looking too bad. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a position we need. I'm happy with it. The money's the money. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's expensive, but you have to pay that now. Do you know what I mean? If Harry Maguire's going for 85 mil, these kids people are using it as a yardstick, so they're gonna use it. So you've got to pay it. Leipzig are not stupid. They made a lot of money recently because they do that. They get the up and coming talent. They take a punt on it. They get it in. They get them in their clubs. They do a couple of years and then bang, they sell them for the right money and then they go again. So I'm excited by it. I think Kovacic as well coming in. I think that's gone under the radar. I think he needed a fresh start. I think he'll do all right at City. But City fans are panicking all the time and messaging about, when we're going to sign him, when we're going to... I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't panic. We just relax. You trust the manager. Trust Pep. There's a lot of money there. We just sold our goalkeeper, or he's on his way to Burnley. James Trafford. He's never played a game. 19 million. Yeah. We've just sold, last season we sold Gavin Bazunu. Never played a game. 16 million. Pedro Porro signing for Tottenham the other day got us 9 million. Felix Nemanja just left Wolfsburg to go to Dortmund for 30 million. So we've got a sell-on clause on that. So Man City is spending money that are other people's money at the minute. We're not even dipped into our own 325 million treble fund. So I think City are calm. I think we don't need a lot. When you win the treble, you don't need a lot. But we've lost big players, like we've lost Gundogan. If we lose Bernardo Silva, if we lose Mahrez, if we lose Walcott, it's a lot. It's a big, chunky team, mentality and everything. So I'm sure Pep knows that. I think Gvardiol will come in and freshen up the back. I think Kovacic will just come and I think Kovacic we can trust if Rodri gets injured or we need him to come in games. I think Calvin Phillips will probably stay. He's got one more year to impress. I really am rooting for Calvin. I hope he can do it. But I think City will sign a midfielder. We're linked with Frankie de Jong. I mean, someone asked me the question, would you swap Bernardo Silva for Frankie de Jong? I said, yeah. I said, if Bernardo wants to leave and we can get a deal done, and like you say, if he wants to go to Barca and Frankie wants something new, come to the Premier League, I'm happy with that. But I don't know. I think a lot of players are on holiday still. Bernardo just got married. I think next week is the week where you might start seeing a bit of movement when people start coming back and getting down to it.
You know, if you guys, I mean, Gvardiol, excellent talent. And as you say, like when you smash them up by 7, that can happen. You can have brilliant players in teams that get beat by that amount of goals, off days, quality teams, etc., etc. I think in the City system with Pep, that guy could go to absolute levels. He's got so much potential, but it's a big deal. It'll be in and around that 100 million mark again. And then the midfielders are the real intriguing thing. We know Kovacic has come in, but the reports out of the sort of real credible City press was always, if Gundogan leaves, they'll go for Declan Rice. They did, and Arsenal won that battle. So it's who do you go for next? And the two big names I've seen linked to you have been De Jong and De Jong and Kimmich. If you bring either of those two in, again, missing out on Declan Rice will become absolutely immaterial to you because they're every bit as good in their own ways, if not better. You know, Kimmich, most people would say Kimmich is better than Declan Rice. And Frankie de Jong's a different profile, but still exceedingly good. And that's the thing with you guys. You have so much money. You have so much pool now. You've got the best manager in the world, treble winners, Premier League winners, and you're going for more history next season. You're going for a four-peat. Could you even be the first Premier League team? I know that Nottingham Forest did it in years gone by when Division 1 was around. But to retain a Champions League, almost going for the double treble, if that makes sense. And I know that'd be very hard to do, but that's the selling point. It's like, this is what we're going for. If you add a Frankie de Jong piece of quality to that middle on top of what you've got, yes, there's no saying that there's no guarantee they're going to be as good for you as Gundogan and Bernardo Silva were, but it's a statement of intent to go out in the summer and maybe bring in 3 players, combined total of, I don't know, 200 million or so, but you're bringing in tip-top quality, and then you go again next year. And I mean, I'm confused. I've very rarely seen any City fans online in the last 5 years panic or get stressed about anything, unless it's about brokers paying your bills for you. Like, I've not seen City fans get stressed about anything.
You've done enough damage this week, upsetting people.
I should watch the videos then. I didn't say you did it. I just repeated what.
Yeah, people don't just see a headline and blow off. You know what I mean? But now, listen, listen. I can't lie. There's a lot of worse clubs in the world than us. So we don't. Years ago, used to panic about signings. Used to be shitting yourself all the time. Nothing's happening. No one's getting any business done, and used to panic. But at the minute, we just got to tick along nice. You know what I mean? We got to tick along nice. We just got to make sure we do our business, and I think we will. Sometimes you let a lot of people shoot the shot first, get their stuff out of the way, and then once they've got the business out of the way and the budgets have gone, things can happen late on in windows, and things can happen late, and then that's when you think, don't show your hand yet, just steal a march late on, but. We'll see. I'm confident we get people in. I'm confident we're ready. We'll be ready for the Premier League next season. I think one season we're going to start a Premier League fast. We always start crap. We're going to start fast one day, because if we start like Arsenal started and we get our noses in front by Christmas by any amount, then it's game over.
It'd be very hard.
Always lagging behind. We're always lagging behind.
Mate, it's going to be very hard to catch City next year. How are City fans feeling right now? It's only a month and a bit until that Premier League starts. Is there a feeling of confidence that you guys will be just as strong next year, or is there a worry that maybe some complacency might? I
don't think anyone gives a shit, Terry. I think everyone's living out on the treble. Everyone is on the treble. We're champions of Europe. Just watching Rodri curl that bastard in the bottom corner and watching us all go mad. I watch it every day. I bought a European Cup this week. I've got one, proper replica one. I can't stop looking at it. It's something I never thought I'd see. And I think City fans are still, I spoke to a few today, said still not got over it. So I don't think we're even thinking about it yet. The Charity Shield, they're on about boycotting the Charity Shield because of the kickoff times and that. Booked our flights for the Super Cup. So being a City fan right now is decent, you know what I mean? But I don't think anyone's worrying just yet. I think when they get back for pre-season, when we start having a weigh up of the squad, see who we've lost, I think if we've lost a few big names and we haven't replaced them, I think people will panic. If we've managed to get a few in over the line and we're looking good, I think you just got to be confident and be ready. And listen, we'll be ready. With Pep Gvardiol as manager, one thing for certain is this Man City team will always be ready.
Well, because he's already working now. Even if he's on holiday, he might be back by now, I don't know. But he'll already be planning. And there's a comment here that says City will miss Gundogan. You will see next season. They will, but I just can't imagine Pep going into the season without a solid top-class plan to replace any holes that the exit
Don't forget,
will create.
We sold Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, and Raheem Sterling, and Fernandinho last season. So Zinchenko's your left back, yeah. Raheem Sterling, who everyone was classing as a legend. They can't disrespect him, what he's done for City. Gabriel Jesus, who was our number 9, and we lost our DM, Fernandinho, our captain. We lost that last season, yeah, and we won the treble. So if you're telling me Ilkay Gundogan leaving this year is going to be a massive hole, I don't think it is, because we get shit done and we know what we're doing. We lose these players, but the reason we win every year is because we freshen it up and we get the mentality levels up. We don't keep the same squad, let it all age, let it all think it's the best in the world, let it all get cocky, let it get complacent, and then bang, have a drop-off season. We don't do that. Look what Pep's doing. He knows certain players, time to go, freshen up, freshen up, freshen up. So rival fans can think that, but it won't happen.
Yeah, I don't see you guys having a drop-off. I don't. I wish you would, but yeah, I just can't. Your drop-off will come when Pep goes, in my opinion. That's when a natural drop-off will happen. And not because you won't bring in a very good manager, just because I think it's impossible for you to get someone as good as Pep Guardiola because he's the best in the world. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting then. This year's, I'm not going to do the typical City have no history, just started winning. I can't do it. I can't do it. Why are you acting like you don't buy world-class players?
Who's that? To me?
Yeah, I assume it's to you.
Well, tell me one world-class player we bought other than Haaland who was world-class when we bought him. So you buy Bernardo Silva from Monaco. You get Edison from Benfica. You got Ruben Diaz from Benfica. You got Nathan Ake from Bournemouth. You got Kyle Walker from Tottenham. You got Kevin De Bruyne from Wolfsburg. Yeah, you got Riyad Mahrez from Leicester. So tell me what world-class player we went out and got who was world-class other than Erling Haaland. So it's nonsense. I've just named it there. We don't go to world-class teams and pick world-class players up. We get players that are great players on the verge of greatness and we make them great. That is a difference. Pep Guardiola knows how to identify it, brings them in, gets them in early, and that's it. We're not Real Madrid. We didn't go out and get all these Galacticos and put them all together because when they did that, they didn't win the Champions League. So we've done all right. People just like to play down what the achievements. Don't say you don't get world-class players, and that's all just like it's jealousy, isn't it? Every single comment I see in the chat, whether you're not, it's jealousy of some description. It's the green-eyed monster. You need to relax. Man City's won the treble. We've won the European Cup. There's nothing you can do about it. Just chill out. I know it's ruined your summer. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like me. I know you keep calling me bald head and all that, but this bald head's seen his team lift the Champions League in Istanbul. This bald head's been in the second division. I know you don't like it when I talk about me going games every week, but the fact is I go games every fucking week. And it's this show is called Straight Facts. And I'm talking straight facts. And I get paid to tell you these straight facts. So if you don't like it, don't watch it. But all I'm saying is, it's jealousy. Get it out of your system. Go in the park, have a walk, put some music on, listen to whale music, bird sounds, anything that makes you feel chilled, and realise that Man City won the treble and there's fuck all you can do about it. Trust me, you'll be a better person for it. Trust me.
It makes me laugh. This here from Dom says, does it not worry you that Arsenal were the team closest to City last season and they have massively strengthened while City are losing arguably their most important players?
Now, listen, I bring it on. Listen, Arsenal had a fantastic season last season, yeah? And what they did was unexpected and they did really, really, really well. But there's one important fact at the end of the season. Fact. They won nothing. So Arsenal have got to go again. So you're expecting a reaction. If you get so close to touching that Premier League and you just miss out, you've got to make sure this season you have a proper go. So he's looked at what he needs. He's gone out there. He's made some great signings again. So in my opinion, I think the summer window was great. The January one with Jorginho and the Polish centre-back wasn't too great. But this window looks good. So instead of talking about it and telling us what you're going to do, you've got to actually do it. Because anyone can say pre-season, we're going to win the league, we're going to win the Champions League, Man City better watch out, Man City better do this. But then you've got to actually go and do it. And this is what happened last year. All we heard was, we're top of the league at Christmas, we're going to do this, you can't do this, you're in every cup competition, it'll make you tired. And it was all nonsense because I knew what was coming. Hence the comment about the shark. So instead of talking about how good your window is, instead of talking about how good Declan Rice is, we'll talk when the season starts and we'll see at the end of May. That is when the talking needs to be talked. Other than that, it's all pie in the sky and all hot air. Just get your team together. Get ready for the Premier League season. We're going to do the same and let's have it. That's all we can say. Let's fucking have it.
This is